That was always Bill's, when he was diagnosed too. He is a very giving heart, as you know.
Yes,
and
he is.
When he had the opportunity, and you know, at one time someone asked him about how he felt, how his myeloma has affected his life, and he says, you know what? He said, I just enjoy every day. I go through one day at a time. Because his positive attitude really shows in how he
Absolutely. How
treats
well
people,
he's done, and how well he's done,
and how he's feeling, and he's just always, you know, a very caring person. So I always said to him, he said, I wanted to give back. He said, I'm in a position that I know this myeloma has affected my life, and the hardest part about having the myeloma, he says, is I'm in a position now where I can help my grandchildren and my children.
And in the video, he said I want to start supporting the family. When I saw that video and I heard that part, I'm like, he doesn't need to do that. He already does enough.
He already does enough, exactly. And that's what he always says. He says, I want to be able to give back and give to my children and my grandchildren right now, because I might not always be here. He says, so that's the hardest thing about, you know, cancer. You just don't know when your day is, you know, is going to come. And he, then on the second hand, he says, and I'm not, since we have been diagnosed with this, he says, they're coming out of the woodwork. He says, and I'm not going to sit still until I know they're close to a cure. He said, because I'm in the position where I can help, and I'm going to do everything I can because of my position. So he says,
and you know, even in the most immediate way, look how you've helped Arlene. I mean, that's an example, because Bill talked about it.
Yeah.
Exactly. They heard, they got help, and we call it passing forward. And because of the position he's in, people hearing and knowing will then say, oh, I know someone, I know someone. And the access he has to a really large population, and you've heard us talking. Technical difficulties. Anyway, one of the things that was really interesting today was when we had the conversation about how Jack and Bill have been in the same industry where there are these chemicals and so on. But not only that, that both of them realize that they have an opportunity to help others, because a lot of the people in the industry are men. Men don't talk. So very often they're suffering with an illness, but they don't tell other people about it because they don't really want to talk about it. But because he talks about it, and because Jack has now stood up and talked about it, more people are talking and helping. And that's what has been so remarkable. And I always say, you know, when we were talking about golf, that when people come together and realize what they're helping, it makes them feel good. We have given people an opportunity not only to get help for themselves if they need it, but to help other people that they might never have done. And that's what his being open has done, and that's something that's so special. And again, it's a legacy, and Jack made that comment we were making our will. He said, you know, nobody wants to have to look towards that part of their time. But he said it really is something that I can look back and say, you know, that somehow I was able to help other people, you know, and that it's made a difference. And I think, you know, when he comes to the conference, every time we get all tired and stressed, I say, I don't know why we can't keep doing this, and I can't keep having you work night and day, and then we're here, and he'll go, all right, I know, you know, because I don't even say it to him anymore, because he'll just say to me, I know it, you're right, and it's what we need to do. It's obviously what we were meant to do. So, but it's great though, you know, when I hear that for Bill, this is something he's getting and you're getting too, because it is important. It is. Because when you have to go through something hard and feel, well, at least there is something else that we're able to do, it helps lift that burden. And I love his positiveness, and but Jack's the same way, and that's always been my inspiration. And he'll always say, let's just have fun, because I'll be saying, you know, and he'll say, let's not talk about that, well, let's go to the basketball game, or let's just do that. And that's good too.
It is good.
And we need that. And we need our grandchildren to make us laugh and smile and hug us. And I now have a grand dog. my younger daughter who has my grandchildren. We had a dachshund when she and her sister were growing up, and she adopted a dachshund last Christmas. She said she bought it for the children. That is so not true. It is Debbie's dog.
Yeah.
So now we have our grand dog.
Okay.
So we're very happy.
Yes.
You might have a grand dog.
Oh, whoops.
Really?
Interesting.
Not your mom.
Yeah, she said she might be getting a dog.
Oh.
See, we keep learning all the interesting things.
We do.
But anyway, if she wants one, she should have one. I always said to my daughter, just remember, you girls didn't help a whole lot until you were older. So, just so my daughter Deborah did admit that she really didn't mind them not helping because she enjoyed it so
she
much.
Didn't care. Okay,
Yeah, she loves it.
Right.
So I said, good.
Yep.
Like earlier this morning, really none of us wanted to push Nani in the wheelchair because we were tired.
Oh, well, too bad.
Pushing her around all day.
Yes, well, it's hard work, but it's even harder work for a nanny because it's not fun being in a wheelchair.
No.
And you know, when I was in the wheelchair, I kept thinking, I will never again look at someone in a wheelchair in the same way.
No, you won't.
And I am so grateful because I could look forward to the fact that even if it took a while, that, you know, thank you, God, I'm going to be walking.
Right.
And I think it's a very good lesson. It's not anyone that I want to repeat.
No.
But you know what? And that helps too when you remember that.
Right.
But it is definitely, a difficult thing. So good for you for helping out. And, hopefully very soon Nanny will be walking like she usually does. And
sometimes I tell her she's lucky she's getting pushed around all day, and then she says, I'm actually not lucky because I need to get that blood flowing and walking.
That's right, I know.
That foot moving again.
Yeah, and you will.
Yeah.
And you'll be playing golf.
In 1 month, she's going to start walking on it.
That's right, and you'll be at our golf tournament in October, and and you kids come too. It's really fun. You can help out. You can be part of our volunteer team. Yeah, you can. You can help caddy.
Okay.
Nani, remember when we used to do that walk for Aunt Sue?
Yeah, I have two brother-in-laws that have MS. We do an MS walk every year. In fact, and just what you said, I totally agree with you. I have so much respect. I am blessed that I'm going to be walking again, but I have two brother-in-laws that will be wheelchair-bound, are wheelchair-bound. And he was just out here 2 weeks ago with us, and just not, his legs aren't working at all. And I see how hard it is for him, but he has a real good attitude too. He's always, jovial and making
like
jokes.
Bright, yeah.
Very smart, and he.
That's wonderful, and it is always very inspiring and humbling. But and you do so much, and that's what we all can do is by getting together, and in that case, walking in his race. And you know what? You should come out for our race. That's when my grandson comes out, and he helps hand out T-shirts. It's May 1st. It's on a Sunday morning.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have a team. You can call it Bill's team. How about that?
We walked in Maryland this year.
I know. Well, now you can walk here. We're going to have a good time. Yeah, we'll do it. And what's really great is when we do things together, it really helps lighten the burden for everybody.
Oh, it does.
It truly does. And thank you for talking with us, too. You're really a very special girl. I know everybody's special in their own way, but some people are even more special.
Yes.
We have
She's
to
my
admit
first granddaughter. She was the first. I had a grandson with my sons, and then my daughter. She said, I think I'm having a daughter. And I said, I need a granddaughter.
Yeah, you have to have at least one granddaughter, no matter how many grandchildren.
Now I have 4, yes.
That's good. I always say you can't have too many.
No.
David's the same way. He has his daughter. So,
I know.
Yeah, girls are so wonderful. I love boys, but I love my grandson. But my granddaughter Evelyn's going to be her birthday, her bat mitzvah.
Oh.
And she's going to be 13.
Wow.
13 months.
And I'm so proud of this. And she was given the opportunity. You can do something special for your bat mitzvah. You can study about the Jewish history, or you can do what they call a mitzvah, and what that means, you can do a good deed. And she decided her good deed would be to raise money for her grandma and Jack's charity.
Nice.
So she had a yard sale last Saturday and raised $1,300.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Wow, that's
Yeah, that was pretty
That was
awesome.
a lot, yes.
And we'll have the picture up on our website. But there's just this big grin with the blue braces, you know, and there she is, and she had her other little girlfriend helping. So there they were, the two of them.
Nice.
So that's what makes you kids so special. You're helping us out, and you learn a lot. And she has learned a lot, you know, going through this. So.
Well, I pray that in their lifetime we do have a cure for these cancers.
Well, that's what we're doing right now, because when we encourage those researchers, and that's what you didn't hear today, but the research and of course, you know, people like Bill going through the clinical trials and being, you know, part of the Mayo work being done. That's how they learn.
That's how they learn, right?
That's absolutely right.
Well, Bill always says he's the first cure.
Yeah.
He's bragging. You know, it's okay.
Yeah, that's right.
His doctor says, we'll see.
Yeah. And you know what? That's really what it's about.
Yeah. Because
they don't always know how it's going to happen.
No.
So we're going to be doing it. We're going to prove it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, Dave, you have